minutes. Meeting on the court tonight for the 265th time. Utah and BYU, along with the coach Jim Wells and our ESPN crew, Rock University Richmond. Night fights a night champ. This is what makes college athletics and college basketball just awesome.
Well, you don't have to be a basketball fan and your blood gets pumping just because of the rivalry, the excitement in the building, a little bit of hatred that's growing because they're both in the same conference now. But both these teams are starting to play really good basketball.
In the same conference for the first time since 2011, as BYU and Utah slight edge in this series for the Cougars. Last year they played once here in Salt Lake City, a win for Utah, and this place has been jumping. They were lined up to get inside as Utah comes in, having won their last two games. Both teams 2-3 in the Big 12 and find their way. Second year in the league for BYU, but this is the first run through for Utah in the Big 12.
Yeah, first run for Utah and BYU with a new coach. So there's a lot of newness, but there's a lot of familiarity as well. As guys have been playing on both teams, and coaches have been on both teams. And, you know, the fans don't like each other. So this is just beautiful to be here tonight. I like that both teams are playing very good, well, good on both ends of the floor, but especially offensively, it's going to be a fast-paced game.
Utah, one of the best passing teams in the country. They are second in the country in assists, as they average over 20 per game. Both teams score over 80 points a contest. Red for Utah, the blue for BYU are underway in Salt Lake City. The first of two meetings this season, now in the same league. Igor Demon on the drive, and it's deflected out by Utah. Be on baseline to throw it in for the Cougars.
Kevin likes that early. He's going to be aggressive, go to the rim first, and then work back outside for his jump.
The former Ute, Kay Makeda, hands off to Demon. He misses a three. Gabe Madsen clears, one of the best three-point shooters in Utah history. Starting five for Craig Smith and the running Utes. Coming off a win at TCU, a very good road win for Utah in Fort Worth against Jamie Dixon's Horned Frogs. There's a foul called against Whit Mag of BYU, the native of Australia.
You see the game plan with Mag, and Madsen is just get up on his hip, totally fight over the top of that screen and deny him anything around the three-point line.
An 8-point win at TCU Wednesday night. Gabe Madsen at 17, shot just 2 of 11 from 3. And a three, no good from Jake Wallin, the Provo, Utah native. And here comes BYU on the attack. Reggie Saunders in transition. And a foul on the drive whistled against Utah. And then the push called on Ezra Sarr.
Very aggressive on the perimeter with their defense, but a little too physical. And the referees are going to make sure they back off a step because that's some freedom of movement. These teams are called very good offensively.
Igor Demon. Here's Trevin Nell. Rims out a three. He has never made a three in his BYU career against Utah. He's now 0 for 12 outside the arc.
Very good defense on Madsen. He got right in his face on the drive. Things opened up for him.
Gabe Madsen breaks the seal, gets the first points on this 265th meeting of BYU in Utah. Looking it across is Demon. And a three rattles in for the corner. And the Whit Mag, he gets hit up in the tentacle after some trash talking to the Utah bench after he nailed a three. That is also personal. That is Mag's second foul, just 89 seconds into the game.
Really emotional, but not smart, intelligent. He's played these games before. He's played in the Big Ten. Obviously, not going to get away with that with Tony Padilla standing right there. The veteran crew here tonight. They're not going to put up the backs.
Gabe Madsen will shoot the technical free throw, 86%. And it rattles out for Madsen.
I like that the officials set the tone early, Roxy, and you have to in these rivalry games. If not, they tend to get a little out of control, too physical. That could lead to other things.
One more for Madsen. Mag sitting with the two fouls after the technical as Dallin Hall checks in for BYU as they're not at a three.
That's the problem, is that he's on the bench, and he's been the new addition to the starting lineup, which gives him much better defense, more experience, intensity, attention to detail, all those things Kevin Young talked about with him earlier today.
Lawson Lovering down low. Trying to muscle through Yegor Demon. On the drive, the drop off to Lovering. Gathers. And a foul. And free throws for Lawson Lovering.
Lawson Lovering, good footwork on the baseline at the 7-foot. And moves so well around the basket. And this Kevin Young, he's done a really good job in his first year. Just a little concerned now that it's technical on my bag. He didn't like it.
Lovering just 42% from the line. Started his college career in Colorado, now his second year here at Utah. And one more shot for Lovering.
Good job getting the line. Know where to go. Just pump fakes, got BYU up in there and drive into the defense.
And a 4-3 lead for the running Utes as Lovering goes 1 for 2. Richie Saunders. Just over 2 minutes in. Yegor Demon leans in against Jake Wallin. And the rebound last touch by Kay Makeda, out of bounds to Utah. Greg Smith now in his 4th season as the head coach of the running Utes. Took Utah to the semis of the NIT last year. They lost to Indiana State with wins against UC Irvine, Iowa, and VCU to get to the Final Four of the NIT.
We're still getting used to being in this conference too. It's more physical in the Pac-12. It's not quite as tightly. This team has been very good defense so far. It was a very good defensive effort by Wallin on that last wall that he built up over Demon.
Kevin Young having a running conversation with Tony Padilla right now, working with Randy McCall. And Jason Garrett's in our officiating crew tonight. Kevin Young not happy with the explanation, clearly. He's not going to win that battle.
He doesn't lose many.
Deflected. Steal for BYU. Trevin Nell has it deflected, and a kick is called, and it belongs to BYU. Getting a sense, Tim, that these teams are looking more anxious.
Still uptight. Wanting to go fast, play hard, but not too fast. We're not thinking as well. Running your stuff, staying within the scout report the scheme.
Trying to settle into this rivalry game. Trevin Nell, the block by Jake Wallin.
This guy's a great something, but there's really no angle there. Utah does a good job on the backside, just covering those open men on the weak side of the floor.
Fans letting Kay Makeda know their ire as he transferred from Utah to BYU this last offseason. And Jake Wallin, who was at one time a BYU commit, brings it up. His dad was a football player at BYU. 3! Gabe Madsen with the second most threes in Utah history.
It's hard to defend because he comes up shot ready off that little pin down screen, and with the step back, very hard to contest.
He has 6 of the 7 for the Utes. Kay Makeda in the lane. And the tip, flying in with Richie Saunders for BYU.
Utah had a wall build, but they didn't tight enough because Saunders just came flying in just like he does without the basketball. Moving constantly.
Shot clock inside 10. Trevin Nell ties up Jake Wallin. The arrow stays with Utah. 6 on the shot clock coming back for Utah. The two programs. Gavin Baxter played for both schools. Had an injury-plagued career for both BYU and Utah. More so in football, there's connections. In fact, the head coaches for both Utah and BYU, as Jake Wallin goes inside for Utah. But Kyle Whittingham, who's the coach at the University of Utah, played and went to BYU. And Kalani Sitake works for Kyle Whittingham here at Utah, is the head coach at BYU.
Well, this is why you got this assignment, because many other people, maybe no one could pull that off, what you just said.
Dallin Hall with 5 on the timer, missing the deep 3 and the rebound. Keanu Dawes for Utah.
The common thread is that they love their basketball, and they don't love each other, so this is what makes tonight pretty special. And both teams playing very hard right now, and strong defense, contesting and basically one and done on the glass.
Fusini Traore the rebound for BYU. And they also love their team and really just like the other side of this rivalry. Cannon Catchings way out top for the freshman. Here's Catchings. Missing a 3. Jake Wallin the rebound. As BYU just 2 for 10 from the floor to start this one. Deflected. Cannon Catchings got his hand on it. 3-on-1. Dallin Hall has his shot blocked by Mike Sharp-Jones.
I thought Hall was going to throw the lob like the Catchings. That's what he probably should have done. He drew the defender and then tried to attack.
Here's Sharp-Jones outside the arc. Missed a 3 and the rebound Trevin Nell for BYU. Just over 6 minutes in. Richie Saunders, 3!
He's so hard to defend. You saw it right there. Pretty good defense. Closed out well, but he has that quick release with those long arms.
Leading scorer on this BYU team. Austin Lovering, the drop-off and the finish. Keanu Dawes for Utah.
Reminiscent of what he did in the TCU game. Just a rim wrecker attacking with force.
He had a season-high tying 16 on Wednesday down at Fort Worth. Fusini Traore slithers inside for BYU.
This is the great footwork combination for Traore with the power and the finesse around the basket.
The other thing I love about watching these two teams, Tim, on offense, is how the ball moves. And the team basketball that both schools play.
Well, Craig Smith calls it the 25 rules. Make your decision quick. 25. Don't hold it. Don't be a motion killer. They have constant motion with and without the ball.
Here's Saunders fouled. He'll get to the line. And 2 shots for Richie Saunders.
We all talked about Utah's ability to pass or assist, find the open man, but you have to see space properly, and you have to read the defense. So one man has the ball, everybody else has to read their defender and cut to those open areas.
74% foul shooter Saunders. And he ties the game at 11, and Saunders already with 6. And 2 former BYU Cougars who now play for Utah coming on the floor. Caleb Lohner and Hunter Erickson. First appearance for Miro Little, the Baylor transfer for Utah at the first lead. Since the early stage for BYU now, 12-11 as Saunders hits both. It was 3-2 BYU, and now they also have a 1-point lead. Miro Little. Long head man feed. Jake Wallin had a clean look, and the rebound grabbed by BYU. In the lane, the flip from Dawson Baker.
That was great recognition that time. Richie Saunders got himself up in the air behind the board. Really had nowhere to go, but great recognition. Baker just kind of slid right into the middle of the paint.
6 straight for the Cougars. Out of the double team, Miro Little lines up a 3. Dawson Baker tracks it down for BYU. Lost out of bounds, a turnover by Cannon catching. 6-0 run for BYU, the Cougars. Arizona State, Colorado, and Tad Boyle's team off to a rough start in Big 12 play.
They've been close, so they're adjusting as well as this Utah team has. And you see that they're starting to play better. They're starting to find their rhythm, shorten the rotation, playing better team basketball.
Inside 10 to shoot, Jake Wallin. 5 on the shot clock, Wallin in the key. And the rebound, Richie Saunders, here comes BYU. Utah's got cold for the floor. Just 1 for their last 7. Entry pass, Fusini Traore, and the foul called on Caleb Lohner. And the first whistled against Lohner, who played football this year in Utah. That was one thing he wanted to do by coming here. Still wanted to play basketball, but wanted to play football. And here's his football stats. Played in all 12 games for Kyle Whittingham in Utah. Fusini Traore. And there was Lohner for the rebound.
Just bodied him up down there. It definitely had an effect on that shot around the rim.
He's got the muscle to throw around at 6'7", 250. 2 good years starting for BYU. 2 years at Baylor. The flyby. Gabe Madsen had a clean look, and the rebound, Richie Saunders.
They were doing a very good job on the glass.
Ray Stewart keeps it alive. 15 to shoot still for the Cougars. Here's Stewart. Alan Hall. Too strong off the window. Hall got it back. Stripped from Fusini Traore. Kept alive in BYU. Has it again.
Utah very aggressive with their hands and cutting off driving lanes.
The finish, Dawson Baker.
BYU stayed with that possession. It wasn't pretty, but the grittiness prevailed at the end.
8-0 run for BYU. Over 3 minutes without scoring now for the Running Utes. Stripped will stay at this end. 6 on the shot clock for Utah.
Roxy, Utah's a little stagnant. They're at their best. They're moving the ball. They're spacing it. They're getting it from side to side in that 0.5 seconds that Craig Smith wants. But right now they're holding a little bit too long. They're too much dribbling into traffic. And some of that's self-imposed, but a lot of it's because BYU's done a good job of playing that pack line defense, getting into the gaps.
And Utah just 1 for 7 from 3. Shot clock rolling down. Lumbering powers his way up and in.
That's Utah basketball right there. The extra pass. Erickson, good presence of mind. The clock winding down. Didn't force it. Found the open man.
And the 7'1" Lawson Lumbering. Fusini Traore. Backing his way into Lumbering. And there was the 7'1" Lumbering changing that shot out of bounds. We're going the other way. A Utah ball.
This is the way Utah wants to play. There's a space if they're going to move the ball quickly by the pass and then try to find the open man. And inside, Lumbering just finished with toughness.
4 assists on 5 field goals for Utah. And it's a theme for Craig Smith. Second in the country in assists. They move the basketball, and they all are willing passes. The unselfish play, missing, and that will be goaltending. Give the hoop to Ezra Assar.
Last couple possessions better for Utah. Moving, cutting without the ball, reading the defense, finding those open angles with the pass.
What's really impressive, Tim, is the internal, the inside passing, the way that Utah is able to move it even in the lane.
Exactly. You don't see that a lot in today's game. More in today's game is 5 out, Dribble drive into the middle of the floor, the short roll, the pick and roll, the dribble handoff. But Utah plays old school motion basketball.
Gabe Madsen spins out the three. And there is Caleb Cada for the rebound. The lob, Cada the throwdown.
That didn't throw the lob in that previous play a few minutes ago to Catchings. And the time that he made the right decision, and Cada went sky high.
And a foul down low. We got to take one more look at this one. This might be an SC top 10 selection.
BYU, they're taking away the three, Utah, so they're going to try to drive the middle of the gaps. Most of the night they've taken that away, but this is a perfect angle and finish.
Forget it.
We had a bunch of slow forwards who couldn't guard anybody, so we had to go. So we had to play zone, and I apologize to John. We're going to have to play zone probably the rest of the year, which is 7 or 8 games. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the record playing zone because we used to pick the ball so important. And well, the first game we played zone, we got like 10 steals in the zone. I mean, that's how good and special he was. And as great a player he was, even a better person. I know BYU was very happy to have him on the staff.
Austin Lovering with 5 on the shot clock. Lovering had his shot changed, and it's last touched by Utah. It belongs to BYU.
So teams, Roxy, would take their point guard when we played them and move them off the ball because they didn't want John disrupting their whole offense all night long. Just a credit to what type of player he was.
Igor Demon. Trevin Nell off on that three. And the rebound tracked down by Ezra Nassar for Utah.
Madsen just got right up in Nell's grill.
Char jumps. Break!
Char jumps just too much time at the top. You can see how comfortable he was. Got the nice stroke, but he had a lot of time to operate.
Back the other way, Dawson Baker the miss. Trevin Nell gets the long rebound. Stripped by Hunter Erickson. They're calling Nell for a foul. And the first on Trevin Nell.
The offense is not flowing on offense like we thought it might because both these teams are so good offensively, but I give a lot of credit to the defense. The defensive game plan for both teams has been excellent. They're out contesting the shooters. There's not a lot of second chance opportunities and a lot of pressure on the ball.
These two teams are similar in the way they attack it offensively. Does that play into it? Some familiarity?
It might. It definitely does because they play against each other in practice every day. They know the scheme, they know the cuts, they know the reads. That's some of the stuff both teams are doing.
Kevin Young, we were talking to him this morning at shoot-around. Tim, he brought up a good point about just the teams trying to do the same things, but they go about it differently.
Right, and that's the thing with BYU. He called it, even though it was pace and space. You know, they did it very quickly.
Igor Demon, a three.
He looked comfortable. And then Utah does it with pace and movement. Kim was talking about that as well. A lot of movement without the ball, a lot of cutting, a lot of quick ball reversal.
That one spins out for Ezra Nassar. Here comes Richie Saunders in transition. Igor Demon deep behind the line. And the rebound, Gabe Madsen. Here comes Utah.
A little quick by Demon, but he was feeling it from that previous possession.
Gabe Madsen launching. And Igor Demon the rebound for BYU. Long outlet to Nell. Richie Saunders rattles in a three.
You better be on his shoe tops when he catches it because he rises up and pulls the trigger as quick as anybody in college basketball.
Back-to-back threes for BYU, and they've opened up their largest lead.
And what he can do, but he does so many other good things for BYU.
In the latest draft projection that ESPN had, they picked him right now as the 9th overall pick in the NBA draft coming up next spring. Is first look at a zone for BYU tonight.
They like the zone. They put Mag and Demon at the top, so they're bigger up top than they are in the back. But hard to find those passing lanes. But if they crack the top, then they'll have a big size advantage on the baseline.
Madsen, top three, falling away, run down by Jake Walleen. And the offensive rebound. And a step back, rattles out for Mike Sharp-Jones. And here comes BYU and Richie Saunders out of the pack. And on the shot clock, Igor Demon. And he's fouled, and it goes for Demon. And one for the freshman.
When you talk to BYU coaches, Roxy, the first thing they say about him, besides his intelligence and his absolute great talent, is that he works his tail off. He's in the gym every day, extra, trying to get extra shots up, watching film, and you can see how smart he is. He had the jumper, but a little bit forced. That he made one and missed one. So use that screen properly, on balance, drawing him out.
First on Zach Keller, transfer from Wake Forest. And Demon at the line, 67%. Already twice this year, Big 12 Freshman of the Week. And misses the free throw. 8-0 run for BYU. It's their largest lead of the game. Utah just 29% for the floor.
That is not good balance. Everybody overloaded on the right side of the field. They get really organized this, but normally they start out early, 5 out, spaced.
Here comes BYU, 3-on-1, Richie Saunders. And it's lost out of bounds by Cannon Catchings. Just couldn't handle the pass. But BYU up 8 straight for the Cougars.
Rhythm now and attacking the rim, but their defense has been good. I think Utah just has to settle down and try to space the floor a little bit more.
Utah's missed their last 7, one of their last 10 for the floor. 8 straight for BYU to open up the 8-point lead. And Lawson Lovering is hammered. He'll get to the line, the first on Cannon Catchings.
Addition by Utah, they saw Dallin Hall playing on the interior against Lovering, and they went right inside.
Lovering 1 for 2 from the line already. Just to show you how versatile this Utah team is, as Lovering began in Colorado. With them second in the country in assists, when your 7'1" center is averaging 2.5 assists a game.
You know, you talked about able passers, well, they're willing too, and that's part of coaching. And also, Chris Smith talked about it. He said that's part of our recruiting. We really want to recruit guys that fit our system. That's not always easy to do, but we really talk and teach that every day about shot selection, quick decision making.
Snaps the 8-0 run for the Cougars. Richie Saunders. That one rips out. And it's last touched by Fusini Traore. It belongs to Utah.
That's give Utah a little bit more perimeter game in the attack off the bounce.
Twin brother of Gabe is Cannon Catchings with a steal and then a foul on Lawson Lovering. And it's the second on, actually the first on Lovering. And it's the 15th foul against Utah.
Just trying to put the ball on the floor right in Bruce's face, and he just had those quick hands, strong hands.
Catchings. Too strong on the 3, but Fusini Traore on the weak side of the offensive rebound. And he bowls right through Lawson Lovering in the offensive foul on Traore.
That is hard to do, is teach your big man to take right in the chest, and he earned that one.
It's a long way to fall when you're 7'1".
Usually the big guys think they can block everything. They don't want to give their chest up, but especially when you're going against Traore, he feels that one a little bit.
You mentioned Mason Madsen in the game off the bench, the twin brother of Gabe, who didn't play in the win against TCU. His playing time has gone down recently. But looking for some offense, Craig's been turning to Mason Madsen here. Lovering goes inside.
Another mismatch he saw Ed Saunders on. He's doing a good job of recognizing who's defending him down low.
There's Saunders back the other way, left it short. And here comes Utah again. And the foul is on Nell. And Randy McCall quickly steps in between them. The second on Trevin Nell.
Nell got caught on down low. I think he kind of just held his own down because he wasn't posted up in a great position, but Lovering's finding these mismatches in transition. Here he gets pushed in the back.
7th against BYU, so now Utah the bonus. 1-1 for Lovering.
See, that's what I like though, Roxy. Randy McCall would do that. They didn't run in and start to throw technicals around. Just to clean it up, he got in between the two guys and said, that's it. He understands what this game means for both teams.
And a foul going for the rebound as it falls right to Kebakeda, and it's on Mason Madsen, his first, and it's not Randy McCall's first rodeo. He's been through this rivalry many times, and so is Tony Padilla.
Well, you got to give guys like John Higgins have the Big 12 officials a lot of credit. He gets what this game means. There's no rookies stretch tonight.
Jason Gerritsen, our other official, of course, his dad, longtime NBA referee. Jason, one of the young, outstanding officials in the game. Kebakeda. And the rebound loss in Lovering, and here comes Utah.
That's good defense by Lovering. He just went straight up, built that wall, didn't try to block the shot, just said, shoot over my size.
Back door. The reverse. And a foul will get Mike Sharp to the line.
Good motion cutting, and again, Lawson Lovering, the point of attack, 7-1. The point center, I guess you would call it. Is that illegal to say nowadays? Center, I don't think that's even
the .5, he's playing the 5.
The .5 or whatever, but Sheriff Johnson did a good job moving without the basketball and also reading his defender.
Just a 58%er. Sharp Johnson played his freshman year at Dayton, last year at San Francisco, and now here at Utah, and the first Mongolian citizen to earn a Division I scholarship. Now, born in Phoenix, his dad played for the Harlem Globetrotters, who was known as the Mongolian Shark, and the first Asian Harlem Globetrotter. Igor Demon. Dallin Hall. And a whistle and a foul on the drive. The second on Mason Madsen. And speaking of the Mongolian Shark, there is Mike Sharajov's father. I'm not even going to try to say that.
Oh, come on. I thought you had to.
I'm not. Do you want to have at it, Tim?
If I would have had $5 to bet, I would have said Roxy's got this.
Bonus for BYU, 1-1 for Dallin Hall. 76%er. Coming off the bench for the third straight game, as Kevin Young tinkering with his lineup after he started the previous 10.
I'm very impressed with both teams defensively. They're giving a lot of help. They're not overhelping. They're both playing gap defense, but a lot of pressure on the basketball.
Dallin Hall makes both. BYU by 4. And at 15 left in this opening half at the Huntsman Center. Full house in Salt Lake City. It's a tremendous rivalry. Deflected by Kebakeda. 9 on the shot clock for Utah.
They really didn't have anything there because they were too tight on the offensive end. You're doing a good job that time of covering down in the box. Mac's done a good job as well playing with those 2 early fouls. Gives him some good minutes. His defense is elite out on the wing.
Shar jumps. Three! Second three for Mike Shar jumps. And it's a 1-point game. Timeout, BYU.
Smith is a winning coach as well, but moving to a new conference is always an adjustment. But we've seen he's adjusted well in the last few weeks, starting to play good basketball.
Richie Saunders, way off of the three, came to the offensive rebound. Kevin Young wanted to try to go for 2 for 1, his NBA background there. But they got the offensive rebound, now the reload. In the lane, Dawson Baker.
Dawson Baker's given him some huge minutes tonight off the bench. And another veteran player who just knows how to play. He's undersized a little bit, playing the back, the red zone, playing the forward spot, but making smart plays offensively.
Austin Lovering, offensive foul, as he pulled over Dallin Hall, and the second on Lovering.
We saw Lovering take one, now he delivers one to Hall. It's on the bench, wanted a flop, but that was far from a flop.
5 seconds left in the half. First appearance for Mihailo Blašković for BYU. That played the last 3 games for Kevin Young, junior from Serbia. Here comes Dallin Hall. Hall launching at the buzzer, and it's a 3-point lead for BYU at the half. Tightly contested, hard-fought first half, as you expect between two rivals.
I thought this game might be around 40-40, but it's 30-27 because both teams very aggressive defensively, getting up in the face of each other, contesting well on the perimeter, and one and done, not a lot of offensive rebounding.
30-27. Richie Saunders leads all scorers for BYU at 10. Mike Sharp-Johns 8. But BYU has won 5 of the last 7 in this series. Starts the second half. BYU led by as many as 8 in the first half, but a whistle before the Richie Saunders 3. And there's a push called against Jake Wallin of Utah, his first.
Points again to allow the freedom of movement. A little chuck to the body by Wallin. You clean that up early, and then you guys have a better whole half because both teams understand how the game's being called.
Igor Deming, the pull-up. And the rebound falls to Lawson Lovering. Here comes Utah. Lovering wasn't ready for the pass. Richie Saunders, and a foul, and one, Richie Saunders.
Utah is just reversing the ball as they normally do, and as you said, Lovering wasn't ready, wasn't even looking. But a high degree of difficulty by Saunders. This is where he's at his best, just twisting and turning in traffic with motion.
Game high 12 now for Saunders. First foul on Gabe Madsen. And the free throw rattles out from Saunders. On the deck, Mike Sharp-Johns comes away with it. Gabe Madsen. And the rebound, here comes Trevin Nell for BYU.
He had Lovering, he didn't see him.
Nell steps into a 3, and for the first time in his BYU career, he's made a 3 against Utah. And you know that felt good for Trevin Nell, and he matches the largest lead for the Cougars.
That's the first time tonight, and he's had an open look. They've been in his face all night. That time in transition, they didn't recognize and match up.
Ezra Nassar will get to the line.
Missed the 3, and out of transition, Utah never matched up properly, and you see the flat-footed contest by Wallin.
Second foul on Kebakeda. Asar, 61% foul shooter. Utah as a team has struggled to the line this year. Utah ranks 340th in the country in foul shooting. They're at 64% as a team this season. As Ezra Asar says, take that, gas bag.
Stop.
Utah 7 for 10 down from the line. Just to stick it to me. And of course, he gets both right up cute.
Trevor Bell's got a little small smile on his face. He's going to look to get a couple more since he broke the ice.
Kebakeda trying to climb the ladder again. Utah comes away with it. Asar in transition. The push.
Didn't throw a good pass. Just kind of forced the issue. Kind of like a summer pass. You make him pick up. He's got to be more solid with the ball.
The 1-foot floater, Richie Saunders.
We are getting a little bit more fast-paced offense coming out of the gate here.
This is more of what we expect.
Exactly.
Lawson Lumbering rips it away in the slam.
Lumbering was not to be denied on that one, and he was not going to miss the putback with authority.
Igor Deming. Pass deflected, stolen Ezra Asar, and a foul. The third on Kebakeda.
You got to get the baskets some way, somehow. They struggled in the half court, but in transition, the fight, and then the finish.
Tough shot missed to the baseline, but last touch by Fusini Traore. As Mike Sharp jumps, trying to step away on the baseline.
Talk a little bit more tricky handoff action at the top than they normally do. They normally just use the pass, the cutting, a little bit too tight on that possession.
Dave Madsen, way off. Lawson Lumbering, the slam.
Doug Smith with the wide smile on the bench, understanding that was not a good shot by Madsen, but Lumbering cleaning up the mess.
And Madsen tried to sell it as a pass. And a foul on Utah.
This is just a poor shot by Madsen. I mean, Saunders is right in his face, but sometimes the best offense is by accident.
Third foul on Lawson Lumbering. Just inside 17 minutes to go. Isolated. Fusini Traore trying to work on the 7-1 center. Trying to create some space. Lumbering and Traore get tangled up going to the floor. The arrow belongs to Utah. The emotion from Lawson Lumbering.
This is the body-to-body, hand-to-hand combat with a little throwdown. Do they want it, Roxy? Both teams do.
There was actually a foul called on Traore. The second on Fusini Traore. Didn't even know there was a whistle with how loud it is in here. You just anticipate, you guess there was. Nice find, Lawson Lumbering and the lay-in. Ezra Asar.
The passing of Utah coming to the forefront now, making the extra pass, finding the open man.
We've got a tie game at the Huntsman Center as a foul on the drive against Utah. Second on Gabe Madsen.
Utah imposing its will. A lot of toughness, both coaches a little feisty themselves.
And a hold before the inbound. The second foul on Ezra Asar. And for Utah, that's already 5 team fouls now. And a 6-0 run by the Utes to pull even and not this game.
The grabbing is very evident off the ball. Both teams trying to cut. The defense is just denying.
Trevin Nell, offensive foul. He kicked his legs out on the 3.
Jason Garrison was right on the call. You see now he just went out and trips. Gabe Matson, who was running out and contested a great job of getting in his face without fouling.
That's a really good call by Jason Garrison to be on top of that.
Most officials are afraid to make that call because it happens so bang bang, you're not sure, but he was right on.
Here's Lovering, backing his way in. Lawson Lovering, the offensive rebound. Ezra Assar, and an 8-0 run gives Utah the lead. First lead since it was 11-10. Fousseyni Traore, underneath, gets the roll, climbs in for Fousseyni Traore.
Good answer from BYU, just going back to the well. They need to keep Traore involved and put some pressure on Lovering. He's playing hard out there. He may have retired a little bit, but they're trying to go inside themselves with a lot of success.
East Carolina transfer, Ezra Assar. Powers his way up. Ezra Assar asserting himself here in the second half.
Trying him to back away there. I don't know why he just didn't hold his ground. Assar took about 8 dribbles, which is way too many, but he just stayed with it.
Richie Saunders has it stripped. Shot blocked, and Utah comes away with it. Ezra Assar recovers for Utah.
Well, we have a wild inning during the football season. This might match it, Roxy.
Could be headed in that direction. Ezra Assar on the weak side. 14 now for Assar, 12 in the second half. Timeout, BYU. Ezra Assar is 5 for 5 for the floor. That also helps when every shot is right at the rim.
BYU's got to do a better job, I think, right now, just pressuring the basketball. They're getting easy looks inside, and you've got to do the work a lot earlier defending on the box.
By the way, the crowd count tonight, almost 15,600, the 6th largest for a game in this building. Fousseyni Traore. 5 to shoot. Dallin Hall down the lane. A drop off and a slam. Fousseyni Traore. And it's a 12-2 run for Utah.
On the weak side, Hall smelled that out. He got help from the middle, and there was nobody on the backside to drop down and help on Traore.
And a foul. And a push called off the ball. And it's against Mihailo Bošković. And the first on the Serbian. But BYU trying to push back themselves inside.
The extra pass. This is what BYU has to do. Punch it home. Close. They're getting pounded in the paint so far this half. With Assar just having his way at the rim and Lovering also banging around on the offensive glass.
Lawson Lovering getting a breather as Caleb Lohner, the former BYU Cougar, checks in. Here is Lohner. Get to the bucket.
The big fella showing some quickness with the feet on the weak side. Great recognition of the defense. Opened up on the backside, made that nice cut on the baseline.
Fusini Traore spins and gets by Caleb Lohner. How about the footwork of Fusini Traore right there?
You got to do your work much sooner, or else he gets you buried down there, and that's what will happen every time.
Deflected, Richie Saunders got his hands on it. BYU looks to run.
With Madison guarding, look for the trap, but good pass back out.
Dawson Baker left open, and the tip-in ties the game. Mihailo Bošković will get credit for it.
Sometimes you make these moves from the bench and you don't know if they're going to work out, but so far Bošković doing a nice job. It's just playing his position with toughness.
Ezra Ausar, the spin move. The lay-in by Ausar remains perfect for the floor in the second half.
He's getting in a low post position. He's doing a great job of just using his quickness, length, and toughness.
Dallin Hall, and there's Ezra Ausar clearing the defensive board. Deflected out by Fusini Traore.
Ezra Ausar has come to life here in the second half. He is
11:41 remaining. Strong second half for Utah as they trailed by 3 at the half. And we're down by as many as 8 in the first half. Jake Wallin, swatted by Fusini Traore. Long arms of Traore. There's a mismatch inside. They can get it to Fusini Traore. He's got it. Gets Hunter Erickson down the double team. 5 on the shot clock. Dawson Baker. And the offensive rebound, Traore has a shot. Desperation hit the rim and poked away, and it falls to Caleb Lohner for Utah. Second foul and Cannon catches.
Good defensive possession for Utah. They stayed with it with the offensive rebound, but would not allow him that good position down low. He's tall now, but he's just so sneaky good around the rim. Doesn't look like a guy that can elevate quickly, but he just finds those angles and can get to the rim within a half a second.
And a 3, Keanu Doss from the outside.
Said it before, Doss not a guy you're going to look to play from the perimeter, but these games sometimes bring out special plays, special guys.
Largest lead for Utah is a wild shot from Dawson Baker. Keita ripped away from Catchings, but kept alive. Trevin Nell. Keita, another offensive rebound. Cannon Catchings. 3.
That's what Keita made that play because he's smart. First time he tried to force it up in traffic, but you feel the second, you need the third defender around you. That means what? You've got open teammates on the perimeter.
High post to Lawson Lovering. Hunter Erickson answers with a 3. Utah's made 7 of their last 8 shots.
Erickson at 6'3", didn't really have a lot of room. The 6'9" catches was right in his face, and somehow, somewhere, I don't think he was going to get it off. I don't know if the shot was going to be blocked, but you see Keita doing a good job. The inside-out 3 is one of the best to do in the sport, and then on the perimeter, on the switch, nobody comes out of it, but it's too late. And Erickson, good confidence.
Sixteen fouls aside, so the next one will put the teams into the bonus. Cannon Catchings. And the rebound tracked down by Utah.
Demmin wants him to take that shot. Sometimes he tries to put the ball on the ground a little bit too quickly. Doesn't make that decision to take that jump.
Jason Manson on the drive. Kemikata denies him. And then the loose ball picked up by Yegor Demmin.
Good decision by Manson. There was nothing there. He should have kicked it back out.
Demmin. And a foul.
There's by Keita, but then Cassius does a good job on the recovery. Here comes Keita from the backside. He didn't see him, but he should have felt the pressure. There's 3 defenders in the area.
The 4th foul on Lawson Lovering with 8:45 to play. Yegor Demmin 0 for 1 at the line, 2 shots.
He's fully responsible for Lovering getting his forward. Lovering's trying to back up. He's done a good job on just building away. He's shaking his head. He knew he had 3. He tried to get away from the play, but Demmin's such a smart player. He kind of threw his shoulder and threw the contact. And then twisted off balance to draw the foul.
Demmin misses both. So Lovering now with 4. He's been so integral for Utah here in the second half in terms of their offense. How long can Craig Smith afford to keep him out?
Well, he's just got to manage the clock. He's got to manage the clock, meaning not the time, but more the score. And see if they can just hang around for a while, just keep him there to under 4. If they get behind 4 or 6 points, then he might have to bring them back in sooner than he wants.
Here comes Mason Manson. 2-on-4 will slow it up. Take Waleed. Way off on the 3. Here comes Yegor Demmin for BYU. Demmin the lob for Kemikata.
We talked about how smart Yegor Demmin is, and you're seeing it right now, right in front of him. First he draws the fouls, even when he missed the 2, but he got lucky to go to the bench with the 4th, and then that time, read the defense, felt the help, threw it over the top.
Hunter Erickson. 3 ribs out. Caleb Loader bats it out of bounds. BYU ball. 7:32 to go. Tight game in Salt Lake City. It has been non-stop electricity in here since the doors opened an hour before tip-off.
This is very intense defense. Every pass, every shot, seems to be a hand in the face.
Caleb Loader claims the miss. Ezra Nassar has a shot blocked. Tied up. The arrow belongs to Utah. 8 on the timer.
Well, that loss of Lovering in the game. That's what I saw. I was trying to do a little bit off the bounce, a little one-on-one basketball. Usually Lovering finds him. Such an excellent passer, but maybe try to do some things on his own.
5 to shoot. Mike Sharp jumps. And a quick trigger on the shot, well short from Gabe Madsen, and we have a shot clock violation, and it belongs to BYU.
Saying that they wanted to play out, they wanted to go in transition. They didn't really have numbers, but he thought they had secured the rebound before the violation occurred. And that's always a tricky one for the officials because you're still retaining possession.
Short on the 3, Cannon catches, Utah the rebound. Ezra Nassar along the baseline.
He found that one-on-one opportunity. He had a lot of room to run on the baseline. He took advantage.
Inside 6 minutes. Yegor Demmin on the drive. right to the bucket.
Been so smooth at 6'9", he kind of glides through the defense, but can finish in traffic.
Poked away from Hunter Harrison, recovered by Utah. Here's Gabe Manson, has it stripped. Yegor Demon back the other way for the Cougars. Richie Saunders. And a good look at the three. Diving for the loose ball. Trying to get timeout, and they got it. Mike Sharp jumps, getting the deck, got the timeout before the tie-up.
Obviously, he's got to back away from any situation, and I think he's smart enough to know that. Sometimes younger players don't understand that. They think this part of the game is the same as the first half, and it's not.
Here's Ezra Nassar. The spin. Keba knocks it away. Nassar gets it back. Swatted by Keba.
Nassar really had nowhere to go, and Keba was not giving up any ground. He reaches in a little bit. Now, when he starts to dribble the ball back out, that's probably when he should look for a perimeter pass, because he got caught in traffic inside and there was nowhere to go. So kick it back out, maybe you can find an open player on the perimeter.
Keba channeling his older brother Murray, who was a professional volleyball player. Tough three from way out by Gabe Manson. There is Kane on the glass for BYU.
Let's see if Kevin Young has a little NBA action. Goes right into the post to try to get Lumberine. And not just get his foul, but see if he will resist inside and maybe get an easy bucket.
And the foul on Ezra Nassar will put BYU at the line. The third on Nassar. And a 1-and-1 for Richie Saunders with BYU in the bonus.
Sometimes you get into the flow of the game and you need your assistant to remind you of that. But the line has 4. Let's give it a little taste. Let's see what he does. Let's see if he tries to defend down low or just backs away. Maybe we can get an easy bucket.
In and out of the front end of the 1-and-1. If you thought about it, Ezra Nassar is not a three-point shooter. And a foul on the drive, the third on with Mag, a 1-and-1 for Gabe Manson.
This is a smart play by Lawson, right down low as well. He's being defended by down the hall 6'4", 7'1", and the first thing you think of an offensive player, get the ball out and get somebody that much advantage that you want to try and just go score. The other problem, you think of it sometimes, is that he could get his fifth down on this end. If he tries to be too aggressive, a guy like Hall has already taken one offensive foul tonight from Love.
Manson 1 for 2 from the line, just 6 points tonight. Gabe Manson is 1 for 11 from 3.
One more bet. He's forced a couple just because he's a scorer and he has that mentality, and that's okay. But for the most part, he's had trouble getting open looks. BYU has been right in his face on every shot that he's tried to attempt from the perimeter.
And he gets the roll. Utah's equal their largest margin. Trevin Nell. 3! Tough shot from Nell.
Matson did everything perfectly defensively, but now made that first one, as you noted, and he is looking for a shot, and he's feeling it.
Diving for the loose ball is Lumbering. Stays in bounds. Here comes BYU countering. Corner 3, short from Yegor Demon. And a foul going for the rebound. And Utah headed to the line for a 1-and-1 with 3:17 to go. 2-point game in the 200. And how efficient he's been, 8 of 11 for the floor. 1-1 for Utah, 3:17 to go. Mike Char-Johnson to the line. It was 2 for 2 for the line tonight. Utah clinging to a 2-point lead. It was the 18th foul before the timeout against BYU. And Rattles out, and the rebound batting around, and Richie Saunders has it for the Cougars. Allen Hall turns the corner. Saunders into the lane. Richie Saunders, shot blocked by Lawson Lovering, kept alive. Shot clock rolling down. Yegor Demon up 1 foot of 3. And the rebound, there is Ezra Asar for Utah.
Terrific defense by Utah. BYU did a good job moving the ball, trying to attack into the gaps, and they closed the door, and then on the retreat back out to the perimeter, did a good job of just containing, and then one and done on the glass.
Ezra Asar underneath. Lays it in. 20 for Asar, 1 off the season high. Timeout, BYU. Dawson Baker spins. Baker! How about that creativity?
He's had a lot of creativity tonight. Quietly just making plays when needed, and there's really nothing there, but he slipped it home.
8 off the bench for Baker inside 2 minutes. In a 2-point game. Foul, Yegor Demon. His second, the 9th BYU team foul, a 1-and-1 for Lawson Lovering.
This is where Yegor Demon has to learn in this position, in this spot in the game. There's no reason to play tug-of-war out on the perimeter with Lawson Lovering. Lovering's trying to post up from the basket with his back to the basket, about 15 feet away. Just let it go. Let him catch the ball and let him square up and defend it.
3 for 5 for the line tonight for Lovering. Hits the front end. Just a 42% on the year. 12 points, 7 boards for Lovering tonight. He's been solid with 4 fouls for about the last 6 minutes. And there is Yegor Demon clearing the rebound. From the blind side, knocked away by Ezra Asar, but recovered by BYU.
The clock reset. Not sure.
It shouldn't have gone to 30. It should have gone to 20. Dallin Hall, the drop off, the flip by Fusini Traore, and a 1-point game.
Terrific composure by BYU. Helter skelter on the offensive end, but they found a way with a little grittiness just to stay with the play. They got the loose ball, and then first
BYU Utah game for Kevin Young, and he said it meant a lot to him to be in this rivalry. That he grew up, was born here in the suburbs of Salt Lake City. He understands what BYU Utah is all about. And a foul on Dallin Hall, his first, but that's the 10th team foul, so now Utah's in the double bonus. 2 shots for Lawson Lovering. And I'm wondering if Kevin Young put the old hack-a-shack in action there, considering Lovering's struggles at the line.
100% he did that. There's no doubt he did that. And they gave that right away. There's no way Hall was going to go out there and foul him like that unless he was told to from the bench.
4 for 7 from the line in this one for Lovering.
And now if you're Craig Smith, makes you think, you would have to take Lovering out if this situation presents itself again. It's always tricky because you're much better with him on the floor, especially offensively. He's such a good passer. Splits the pair.
2-point Utah lead. Each side has one timeout on a tie-up that belongs to BYU. Richie Saunders. Corner three. The stroke for Lewis Mag, and BYU takes the lead. Last timeout for Utah. And when you speculate, Lawson Lovering is going out of the game as Keanu Dawes checks in for him. And Kevin Young objecting because of that late substitution. And the officials, Tony Padilla and Randy McCullough, talking about this. If they should be allowed to make that substitution. That's where the frustration is right now for BYU.
We've got to get him in before the first horn, and that's the question. They're going to look at that. They're going to talk to the table. That was a full timeout. It was Utah's last timeout. They wanted it at 30, whatever, but the last timeout turns into a full. So
and they are putting Lawson Lovering back into the game. Because, as you pointed out, Keanu Dawes had not checked in before that horn. Therefore, Lovering stays on the floor.
And that's not a big deal. I don't think they're going to try to foul Lovering again. He's important to be out on the floor.
They're running him to the opposite corner. Dave Madsen. The dunk, and Utah goes back on top. Season high 22 as what I saw. BYU has a timeout if they want it.
Kevin Young's going to look at the situation, see if he wants to use it.
Keba Keita. And the rebound. Wrestled down by Ezra Assar to foul. And two shots at the other end with 17.7 to go.
You can't ask for much better than that if you're Kevin Young. That was a pretty good look. But coming down the other end, this is a great play call. They had the floor spaced out, and they played 2-on-2 basketball. A little pin down screen by Assar for Madsen, and then the kickback. You have to give a little help on Madsen, and the defender guarding the screen had to show out a little bit, which gave Assar some room to run down on that roll down the lane. And the weak side of the floor was way spread out, so BYU had no one in help position.
Assar, 61%. 2 for 2 for the line tonight. Two shots. One more for Ezra Assar. And BYU has a timeout if they want it. Utah is out. And interesting that Kevin Young is bringing Yegor Demin off the floor here. A 2-point Utah lead.
Kevin Young's got his veterans in the game. That's who he's going to well with. He's going to call a timeout.
And a timeout for BYU, 14.5 seconds. Yegor Demin will be the inbounder. Richie Saunders to the bucket. Saunders, Fusini Traore, ties the game. 8.9 to go. No timeouts for Utah. Mike Shire jumps on the drive. Pass deflected. Ezra Assar for the win. We're going to overtime. You called it. You had a feeling.
Sometimes when you've been to a couple thousand games over your lifetime, you get that feeling. It's in the air.
5 more minutes in Salt Lake City to decide this one. At least 5 more minutes.
Right. Why not? And just good aggressive play. This is what you want to do, BYU. You want to drive the ball to the rim and hopefully get an offensive rebound. And the help comes over, and you see Lovering helps, which means what? Bruce Traore is on the backside with no one blocking him out. They attempted to block him out, but they just couldn't get a body on him. And Utah never got organized. I thought they rushed it a little. They didn't take. They kind of walked it up, and then they figured we got to go. And those are tough situations, though. the weight of the world, the pressure's on you. You don't know if you're supposed to make the play or not. And both coaches really coach terrifically down the stretch, using their timeouts, using their bench to get the mismatches and matchups in their favor. And why not, Roxy?
This is the 17th overtime game in the history of this rivalry. 265th matchup between BYU and Utah. Utah has won 12 of the 16 overtime games. The last one went to Utah in December of 2019, 102-95. So again, the series history between these two schools, the 17th overtime matchup between BYU and Utah.
And when you watch these teams play tonight, and coming into this game, they were very evenly matched. And I thought both coaches, again, they went inside. The outside wasn't working, so they started pounding the ball in. And different play sets, switching up defenses and matchups. And Ezra Asar couldn't get open on that last play. They did a good job defensively denying him the ball.
First overtime game for Utah this season. It is the second for BYU. They are 0-1 in extra sessions this year. And we'll jump up again, Lovering for Utah, Traore for BYU. Their overtime game was a loss to Ole Miss back in the end of November. And the overtime tap controlled by BYU. And Igor Demi. Fousseyni Traore. The jump hook and the roll. And Fousseyni Traore gives BYU the first lead of overtime.
Austin Lundgren did a good job of bodying up, understanding he has four, but Traore just has that quick release. Just when you think he's denied, he finds a way.
He tied it late in regulation, now gives BYU the lead. And a foul. Dallin Hall in disbelief, his third. Two shots for Ezra Asar. Asar 3 for 4 from the line tonight. 10 for 14 from the floor. Season high 23, his career best 25, playing for East Carolina against SMU. Two productive, good seasons at East Carolina for Asar, the Atlanta native. Third 20-point game this season. One for two. Cougars lead it by one. Fousseyni Traore isolated. Just bowls over Lovering and drops it in. 16 off the bench for Fousseyni Traore.
Trying to draw it, that's all he can do down there because he knows that if he reaches it at all, he's going to get his fifth. But he's got to do his work earlier, try to deny him that good position.
Ezra Asar back the other way. New career high 26 for Asar.
Let's see if BYU goes back in to Fousseyni.
There he is. Falls off for Traore and Hunter Erickson the rebound for Utah.
Well, that was a good look, and again, that's his game. The quick little jump hook over the 7-footer.
And a foul. Richie Saunders crashing through the Asar screen. The second on Saunders, and that will get Azar back to the free throw line. Utah's a team 14 for 22 from the line. It'll be free throw attempts 23 and 24. BYU has shot just 9 times. Frustration after the miss from Ezra Asar.
You need to be reminded if you're BYU that get in good position, because these balls can bounce any way. You have a free throw shooter that's up and down.
Missed both. Richie Saunders the rebound for the Cougars. Almost 2 minutes have passed in the extra session. Deflected. Ezra Asar the hustle, but he steps out of bounds. 15 on the shot clock, and he is all over Yegor Demon.
He's got those long arms combined with good quickness and strength. You see the body. He's just trying to get up under Demon, get into his vision.
Five to shoot. Demon on the baseline. Richie Saunders spots up. Had a good look at a three, and a foul going for the rebound. It's on BYU. And free throws at the other end.
That was a good play by Yegor Demon. I thought he did over-penetrated. He didn't have anywhere to go. And he had such a great feel for where his teammates are. He just knows that Richie Saunders is constantly moving. He just got to look for his number. Find him, because he will get open on the perimeter. A good look, just could knock it down.
Third on Fusini Traore. 2 shots, Lawson Lovering, 5 for 9 from the line. Wondering maybe Utah might just, hey, we'll take it out of bounds. We don't need the free throws.
Well, Craig Smith clapping, positive, upbeat, insides, just dying. Right where we want to be at. Let's get to the free throw line, but 4 in a row.
Utah, you got free throws. No, we're going to decline. We're going to take it out of bounds. The struggles at the line for Utah. Backdoor Yegor Demon the slam.
We've seen great play calling after great play calling on both benches, and that was a good, nice little call set from the bench by BYU.
Hunter Erickson. 3! We're tied.
BYU went underneath the ball screen, and Erickson had too much room.
8th tie of the game. Fusini Traore. And the rebound. Jake Wallin for Utah.
Kevin Young was not happy with their defensive effort on that last possession. You got to stay with the game plan as a scout. You can't go underneath the ball screen by Erickson. And BYU executing in the half court. You see this little back screen coming off the top here, and Traore just finds Demon wide open. And then the three, they go underneath the ball screen, no support. And Hunter Erickson, that's easy money.
70 up, 139 left in overtime. And Hunter Erickson with the big three to tie it. He began his college career, his first 2 years he played at BYU. He's from Provo. Then went to Salt Lake Community College, transferred to the University of Utah. And with that new rule, he technically could have another year next year if he wants it.
Let everyone play forever. Why not?
Especially what's going on.
It's a job now these days. They pay taxes and stuff. It's the real world, Roxy. You're playing ball, that's all. having these older guys on the floor at a time like this is so key, because they're not going to panic. They're going to understand what the coach wants. And that's why Kevin was very upset that they didn't play that last ball screen. There's no support from the screeners defenders.
Inside 10 to shoot. Ezra Assar to the bucket. Mabakata got a piece of it. Shot clock winding down. Jake Wallin, shot clock violation, Utah. And a turnover by the Utes.
And they tried to go into Assar, and he took off the bounce. And I think they just did a good job of driving him where he didn't have an angle for a good shot.
Richie Saunders, baseline. The reverse at BYU. Seesaws in front.
It's so dangerous right there in that spot, because you have to close out quickly, and if you don't, you'll make the three, but you can put it on the deck as well.
Hunter Erickson, and a foul. And 2 free throws. It's on Fusini Traore, his 4th.
You see on the closeout, Jake Wallin does a good job of rushing out on him, but now he allows the baseline instead of forcing it back middle, and no one comes over to help.
Hunter Erickson, 92% from the line. One more for Erickson. Way short by Erickson. A 92%er just shot an air ball.
He's played very well tonight as well. He just, his legs locked or something.
Here's the indoor down and across for the Cougars. Richie Saunders penetrates. Lost the handle. Right to Lovering, and Utah comes away with it. They can basically play for the last shot. They do not have a timeout.
We need to keep the ball away from Assar and Lovering, that's for sure.
Erickson on the drive. Erickson throws up a wild shot. And a foul will get Utah to the line. Richie Saunders.
Hunter Erickson, very fortunate here, because Utah, there's no way they should have been attacking out early in the clock with the lead and only 1 second differential.
Two shots, Erickson back to the line.
It's tough though, Roxy, when you're trying to play keep away like they were, and you've got 2 guys on the floor you don't really want to pass it to, because you know they're free throw shooters. So came out okay for Erickson.
Utah has the lead. 1 point game. BYU has a timeout, they'll use it. 11 seconds to go. 73-72 Utah.
Brixfield will take that. When you're down 1, you want to take the best shot you can. Erickson found a little gap in the defense, and he attacked it. Now, the question you asked about 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
What's BYU going to do up? I think Kevin Young's going to try to run a quick hitter, probably for Saunders. They're going to put the ball in Devin's hands first, because they trust his decision making. He's such a good passer. He sees the defense so well. But I would imagine they're going to try to drive the ball to the rim and see if they can get up on the glass quickly.
Our 8th lead change. We've had 9 ties. 11 seconds remaining in in overtime. 73-72 Utah. By the way, Utah shot 10 free throws here in the overtime. They're 4 for 10 from the line. Hunter Harrison just hit 2 big ones.
He did a good job in that pick and roll because BYU was not trying to foul. They were trying to back away from the play, but such a veteran player, so smart that he used his body to create the contact. And it was automatic from that line. We saw the air ball, but shows what type of grit and confidence he has in himself just to forget that and nail it.
They put some time back on the clock. 11.5 seconds remaining. Igor Devin will be the inbound passer for BYU.
And again for Utah, all hands on deck, everyone to the glass, no leaking out, all the guards, everybody, all 5.
Husseini Traore. Dawson Baker, the leader. In and out for Baker. Out of bounds, last touch by Utah. 5.2 for BYU on the baseline. And they're going to go to the monitor.
It's a good play by Baker. He was trying to draw the foul, but Dave Madsen did a good job of just kind of backing away.
So at the monitor, the officials are looking at 2 things here. First possession, who hit it last? By all appearances, it went off Lawson Lovering in Utah. They're also checking the clock to make sure that's correct. That's clearly off Lovering. This will be a BYU ball. And you may get a second back on the clock for BYU. Could go up to 6.2 by that rebound.
Well, that's important because BYU can really run a true out-of-bounds play and then a second level of a set coming out of it as a second option off the baseline out. Certainly, they need to put the ball into Richie Saunders' hands. Devin's a great player, we know that. But Saunders, we're going to try to run something from him. Maybe draw the defense in the second defender, maybe someone else breaks it, but it looks like they're going to send the off screen early on Saunders and see how Utah plays it.
They did put a second back on. And a foul running through a screen on Jake Wallin. 1-1, the 9th Utah team foul. It's on Wallin. That will put Trevin Knell at the line.
Wallin clearly extends his arm and his hand. Didn't need to do that because Madsen was right there. Looked like they were going to switch out. He got caught there. Madsen saw that Wallin was getting screened and he was going to switch out on Saunders.
Trevin Knell, 78% foul shoot. 6 points in this one for the senior. Made a couple of threes tonight. First trip to the line. Missed the front end. Out of bounds. Utah ball. Kevin Young asking for a review. Neither side has a timeout. They're using this review as a brief huddle. And the ruling on the floor. Last touch by BYU. A Utes ball.
Well, Mooney missed the shot. And as soon as it came off his hand, good shooting. No, they missed it. Nell ran in. They did do a good job blocking him off the line. It looked like Nell did touch it last.
Randy McCall on the left, Tony Padilla on the right at the monitor. Jason Garrison behind him. the third official working with the two veterans. Between Padilla and McCall, they have done a lot of NCAA tournament games and Final Fours.
Smith drawing up his best inbound play against football pressure where you can't run the baseline and absolutely put the ball in the ball handler's hands. Both these guys have really coached good games tonight. And
here's another look. Again, the ruling on the floor was last touched by BYU.
That was fortunate because Mel got all the way in there to get his own miss. But Randy McCall was right on it.
Sellout crowd of the Huntsman Center. Nobody has left. Everybody's standing. Regardless of how this one turns out, what a wonderful night of basketball for the state of Utah. BYU and Utah back in the same conference, playing a heated, intense conference game the way it should be.
What did Ernie Banks say? Let's play two? Let's do it again.
Well, we will, but not tonight.
No.
I don't know if we're going to
play another overtime or two.
But that's what Ernie Banks was referring to, was two. Like, okay, baseball, they do play doubleheaders.
Well, you can see how evenly these teams are matched up, and Utah has found its way in the last couple of games as far as their team chemistry, their confidence, what they want to do to compete in this league. And BYU showed tonight that they can play on the road. They've had some issues playing on the road so far this season. But
0-3 in true road games coming into tonight.
So whatever happens with them tonight as well, I think they can take a lot from it. And different guys making plays. That's what's impressive, is that guys you don't think. Hunter Erickson averaging 4 points a game, making plays down the stretch. The end of regulation, overtime, different players. Asar just coming out partying the last couple of games for him.
Such a critical call. 1 point game, 4.6 left in overtime. And they're checking to see who touched it last after the missed free throw. Here's a different look at it. They put 7/10 of a second back on with the call confirmed Utah ball. How quickly do you need to foul if you're BYU? I'm sure, look, steal is the #1 priority, but then if you don't get the steal,
you have to foul right away. You have no decision here. With under 10 seconds, 5.3, you have no decision. You've got to try to switch everything. I'm surprised they don't have somebody up on the inbounder just to bother the inbounder, especially since he cannot run the baseline.
Mike Shara drops. Loose ball and a foul. A hold. It's on Dallin Hall. And 2 free throws at the other end. The 4th on Hall. As you saw, Craig Smith sub Lawson Lovering and Ezra Asar out of the game there. Well, Keanu Dawes who will shoot.
That's good news, bad news for BYU. The bad news, obviously, they didn't get the steal in the 5-second count, but the good news is that no time came off the clock, so they're going to have enough time to come down and make a play.
Dawes at the line. 2 shots for a kid that was born here in Salt Lake City. Grew up here, then moved to Houston. His grandparents were Utah season ticket holders. So you know he understands this rivalry, even though it's his first Utah-BYU game as a player. One more shot for Keanu Dawes. Missed both. Here comes Yegor Devin. BYU, chance for the win. Devin way offline. And Utah hangs on. Overtime win. overcoming the poor foul shooting. Utah found a way and escapes. BYU had one last chance.
Well, they did a great job, Utah, off the miss of matching up immediately. Everybody knew who they had. They contained the dribbler. They got back in transition. Everybody matched up, was very aware. Got a man and understood it was going to be one and done. That was a tough shot because of Utah's defense. A great defense by Dawes on Demet.
3 straight wins. Utah evens their Big 12 record of 3-3, and Utah hangs on for the 1-point overtime win over their rivals. BYU now 2-4 in Big 12 play. They're 11-6 overall. They will be at Colorado on Tuesday, while Utah will head to Houston for a matchup Tuesday night with the Cougars. What a night. What a ball game in Salt Lake City.
Well, you can see what this rivalry means to both teams, and they'll do it again. And having both teams in the Big 12 is really special.
For my partner, Tim Welsh, and our ESPN crew, Roxy Morrison saying goodnight from Salt Lake City. Again, the final in overtime. Utah 73, BYU 72.